It appears that the campaign for Washington State governor has already started, as a couple of Republican hopefuls have begun campaigning for governor in earnest. This morning, I have one of those candidates, a Mr. Semi Bird. Semi, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this interview for Grassroots Republicans.
Absolutely, Andrew. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Semi, for those that don't know you, can you briefly tell us a bit about yourself and why you have decided to run for governor?
Oh, wow. There's an hour-long conversation, but no,
You
we'll,
can keep it short.
we'll shorten it up. We'll shorten it up. So I like to share my past with people so they have a context of how I started and where I'm at right now. As many know, I started from humble beginnings. I started in the inner city ghetto of East Oakland, California in 1961, pre-civil rights, born to a single woman with 7 children. And my mother was amazing. And after years of living there, my mother realized how dangerous it was and found a way to get us out. So we escaped to the beautiful Washington State when I was approximately 6 or 7 years old. I was raised in Seattle in King County, K through 12. I struggled in school for many reasons, but long story short, I ended up dropping out of high school after finishing my junior year. I joined the Marine Corps, finished my Marine Corps service, received my honorable discharge, and actually went to college. And when I got my bachelor's degree in business administration, it was summa cum laude, 4.0. So never discount a child when a child is struggling academically. There's always a way to meet that child's needs. And that's what I call equity, if we ever talk about that. Later on in 2001, I went to the United States Army. I served in Army Special Forces. I was a Green Beret, deployed multiple times. I went into Army Special Forces Intelligence. I've held a top secret SCI clearance as a leader in intelligence. In 2006, I went to reserve status and took a position with the United States Department of Energy. I worked my way up to GS-14. I was a federal director of organizational development. I was a federal director of training and leadership development. I was acting chief of staff out here at the Hanford nuclear site as a federal employee. So a lot of leadership. I left DOE after getting my early retirement. I have my military retirement. I went to work for Washington State University as an associate director doing professional development and community education. And so there really is a lot there. And in terms of running for governor, well, as you may or may not know, I'm also a small business person. I have a training and consulting firm, an organizational performance improvement firm, and I'm a real estate investment person as well. So my stake in running for office is simply this. Our system is broken in so many ways. When you look at the woke indoctrination that's coming not just in our schools, but throughout all state enterprises, it's concerning. I have unique understanding of what that is like to understand and what people go through in terms of racism, etc. I happen to know that in the 21st century, that ideology is toxic for our society. It's toxic for children. And so because I understand critical race theory at its core, its origins and its philosophies, I'm the best person, I believe, to make that argument why it's definitely destructive to our society and how we can stop it. That's just one element. In terms of small business, I'm a small business owner. I understand the consequences of shutting down because of COVID, Jay Inslee's decisions, one of many, which was destructive to our economy. I'm a performance improvement consultant. So organizations call me in to help them fix themselves. Where's the breakdown in our processes? What's wrong with our leadership? Why aren't our employees happy? And so when it comes to organizational development, that is my subject matter expertise, creating strategic plans. I can go on and on, but at the end of the day, I believe that God puts us where we need to be at the right time. I believe my knowledge, skills, and abilities and leadership that I have acquired over decades of life uniquely qualifies me to bring substantive change, transformational change to Washington State, which is much needed. There's so much more I could say, but I'm going to give it back to you for questions.
Okay, thank you. I've heard you're planning on starting the Ameritocracy Initiative. Can you explain what this initiative is and why you feel this initiative is important not only for Washington State, but for the whole country?
Andrew, thank you for that. And so as you'll get to know me, and many will, I'm a solutions person. So I can sit here all day and give talking points about small business and the economy and COVID and wokeism. but what are you going to do about it specifically? This is what people need to know. So in terms of bringing forth an alternative, a positive alternative to woke ideology, a meritocracy takes our founding documents, the Declaration, the Constitution, the work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in the Civil Rights Movement to save the soul of America. It combines those two to say this. Dr. King, that famous I Have a Dream speech, August 28th, 1963, he brought forth substantive change to say, we want jobs and we want freedom. That's why they were marching, jobs and freedom. The Ameritocracy Initiative put forth a platform that would say freedom for all minorities, for all citizens comes by having good paying jobs. But you have to have insight. You have to have the wherewithal to say, I can strap up my bootstraps and no matter what the color of my skin is, I can achieve the American dream. I'm walking proof of that. I told you how I started. I started in the inner city back in the 60s, pre-civil rights. I've achieved the American dream. The Ameritocracy Initiatives bring forth a platform that enables people to lift themselves up. We are going to reform our welfare system. The welfare system as it is right now in Washington State, it subjugates people, marginalized groups, Black, Indigenous, people of color, all citizens, because important to understand, poverty is not racist. People like to talk about brown and Black people being poor, but there's a lot of white poor people out there as well, right? And so we want all citizens to raise themselves up. We're not going to give out a check every single month and subjugate people to poverty. We are going to bring job placement. We're going to bring trades and certifications and have those partnerships with business enterprises to lift these folks out of poverty. And I can go on, but a meritocracy plays on the beauty of America to say that in this country, regardless of your race, creed, color, religion, or preference, you can rise and you can achieve the American dream if you so choose to do. And our state will bring forth programs to facilitate that.
As you said previously, you have military experience. So first off, I want to thank you for that service. And second, can you tell me what you did elaborate a little bit on your branch of service, but if you could give a little bit more information on that and the experience you've had in the military?
Yeah, no, I started, like I said, in the Marine Corps, 1978, August 3rd, to be exact. And, my time in the Marine Corps, even though I have a retirement, right? If I have a successful service to my nation and in my retirement, I could say, but there were stumbling blocks. I can tell. I've told folks this story many, many times. In the Marine Corps, I was racially attacked, and I found myself in a fight with one of my sergeants, right? And I got in trouble for that. I got busted in rank. I was chipping paint off of naval ships for about 28 days. Went back to my unit, finished my tour of duty, got promoted, received my honorable discharge. But that wasn't the majority of my Marine Corps time. I love my Corps, right? I am Semper Fi for the rest of my life. But those are stumbling blocks. This goes back to a meritocracy. Anyone can lift themselves up from adversity. Even in that situation, I could have sat there and said, racist this, racist that. But I didn't. I never gave up hope. I didn't give up hope in myself. I didn't give up hope in the Marine Corps because my mother raised me to be an American and not an Americant. I went into the Army. When I first got into the Army National Guard, I went in as a flight medic. And then 9/11 happened. And then I found myself going to flight medic school because I was non-deployable. Came back, my unit deployed to Afghanistan for enduring freedom. And they said, you're not going to Afghanistan for enduring freedom as a flight medic. You are going to enduring freedom as a sniper team leader. So I deployed as a sniper team leader, served my country with honor, distinction, came back, applied for special forces. And at age 43, I became an Army Special Forces Green Beret. And I started out as a Special Forces engineer. I became a Special Forces intelligence professional. And I don't like to get into the aspects of intelligence, but I worked counter narco-terrorism. I worked, I guess I could say, in different places doing different things. I've served as an advisor to the United States ambassador in Bangladesh. There's just a lot of things that gave me experience and knowledge and skill sets that I believe is going to be advantageous to our state, especially in the office of governor. So I've had a great career. I love it. Like I said, I held high security clearances, even with the Department of Energy. I held the highest QSCI clearance. And so I've always found a way to rise up. I'm honored. My service was an opportunity for me to lift myself out of poverty, to lift myself out of what I thought was disparity because I struggled in school. But because of the way my mom raised me with resiliency, to believe in myself, to understand my self worth, that is the key. I navigated every obstacle that has been put before me, and I'm a spiritual person. So I do believe that God tests you. God puts challenges in your way to help you grow and to help you learn. And I will tell anybody and everybody this. Under my administration as governor of the state of Washington, we will never hold a person down because they struggled in life. I spoke to a young lady 2 weekends ago, this beautiful human being. She said I was a double felon. I was addicted to methamphetamines. And this beautiful woman is what right looks like in terms of rising up. And there she was. She heard me speak and she said that I gave her hope. That's what I want for everyone in Washington State. Again, it doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. It doesn't matter what you believe. What my job should be is to elevate Washingtonians up so that they can achieve the American dream.
Finally, how do you plan on winning the state's governor's race? And if you win, how would you unify the states as the Democrats for many years have successfully divided and pitted Washingtonians one against the other?
Yeah, so we start right now. So our campaign, if you look at our campaign, our slogan is united we stand, together we can. I am a conservative. I am a Christian. I am a constitutionalist. But that does not make me the antithesis, right, of the other side. It doesn't mean that Democrats are bad, right, because they believe in certain things. We believe in the same things. We all want better schools. We all want a better economy. We want economic growth and opportunity for all Washingtonians. We want safe streets. We want clean streets. That is not a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent issue. That is a Washingtonian issue. And so with our policies, with our solutions, we will work together, all sides, because we agree upon 90 to 93% of all the key issues. It's only that 7% that people who try to weaponize labels and people who try to weaponize ideology, they use that 7% to 10% to dismantle us, to cause havoc and chaos. I'm not going to buy into that. I want everybody on board with our campaign. So unity starts now. And once we get into office, it's the policies that we put forth, the Ameritocracy Initiative. That is going to be a cornerstone of our social economic program. Tim Scott is wonderful. He's established the value of opportunity zones. And I can go on, Glenn Youngkin and my friend Winsome Sears in Virginia, what they've done with our school systems. We can save our children. We can save our citizens from disparity, from struggles, if we're willing to work together to bring forth solutions with actions. It has to be a coalition of the willing. I believe in partnerships.
So, where can people find out more about you, your campaign, and what you stand for in detail?
Yeah, please go to birdforgovernor.com, birdforgovernor.com. Learn about us. We're doing great things. We have a platform. We will tell you exactly what we're going to do. And I will personally go down deep as a person wants to talk about it. If a person wants to talk about small business, I'll tell you straight up something like, the 74 billion in exports, small businesses makes up to about 18.7% of that. That most employees in all private industry within this state are from small businesses, which is why we must support and grow our small business. You're going to find all that on our website. And if there's something you don't see, ask me personally, and I'll explain it in detail of what we're going to do. Solutions with actions.
Thank you, Semi, for your time, and I want to wish you the best of luck in your campaign.
Thank you, my friend. Honored to be here and honored to serve.
Thank you.